Okay. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Today we are going to deal with present simple and present continuous. So, the difference between the two, one is dealing with permanent action, another is dealing with a temporary action. So, how do we understand the structure? Can you see the board? Is it clear?
Yes,
Okay, fine.
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
Very good. So, if you're dealing with present simple, what is the condition behind it? When are you supposed to use it? That is the first thing you need to understand. So, when things are permanent in nature, what do you mean by permanent? Something which happens every day, okay?
Yes,
Something
ma'am.
which happens every day. Natural facts. And for example, you don't you don't need an instruction for that. It goes on forever. For example, the sun rises in the east. Nobody has to tell the sun, come on, rise. So it happens, and you're mentioning about it. It rains a lot in winter. Otherwise, what else? I wake up in the morning, I complete my ablutions. So, what do you mean by ablutions? I brush my teeth, I complete my work in the toilet, then I offer my prayers, prepare breakfast for the family, and I get dressed to work and I leave. So everything happens accordingly. So this is something which happens every day. It's a practice with you. So when you're talking about something that happens regularly, then you say with this particular structure. So what is the structure that we have? This particular sentence structure. So, what is that? You have a subject over here, you have a verb, and there should be an agreement between the two. What is the subject verb agreement? So, depends upon what subject you use. Now, what are the subjects we have? A singular subject and a plural subject, correct?
yes, ma'am.
So, what is your singular subject? You can put anything over here like I, nurse. Let's keep it as nurse. So, nurse looks after the patient. The nurse looks after the patient. So, what is it you're writing over here? Looks after the patient or looks after the patient. Another thing that I can say, nurses look after patients. Now, what is it? Nurses look after. Look at this. Nurse, when your subject is singular, the verb is plural in nature. When it is plural, the verb is in a singular form. Clear? The S plays a very important role over here. If my sentence has pronouns like I, we, you, they, then my verb will not have an S in it. So, suppose I say, look, do. Clear? look,
Yes, ma'am.
do, have. So I look after my parents. We do our work. You have a dog. They work hard. So over here, my verb doesn't have an S in it. Similarly, if my subject is singular with he, she, it, then the verb has an S. He looks after. He does. I'll change the color so that it gets easier to understand. He looks after his parents. He does his work. She has a dog. It works well. Now look, everywhere I'm adding an S. So this is very important when you're framing a sentence. So this subject verb agreement is very, very important. So now, can I erase this, please? I want to
Yes,
go a
Yes,
little
ma'am.
further.
yes,
Okay. Manohar, are you able to understand what I'm doing? I
Yes,
hope
ma'am.
it's easy.
Yes,
If you
I
have
know.
any doubts, you need to ask me, please.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And let's enter. Looks like it's not moving. I'll get into another thing. Now, suppose I want to make a negative sentence. How do I make a negative sentence? So let's look at it. I have a subject over here. I need a helping verb to make the sentence negative. Now, how does this helping verb work? Now, what is this helping verb I'm talking about? Helping verb. Now, this is something which adds support to the sentence. It tells you about the tense of a sentence, in which tense you are in, whether it is the present, past, or the future. So, over here, a helping verb that I use is do or does. Okay? It's do or does. Now, the helping verb is going to sit here. And then what is the structure that I'm going to have after this? Plus the verb in the first form. Verb in the first form. And then the object, whatever I want to write beyond that. So now let me erase this. Now, what is the first form of the verb? You need to understand that too. Now, I have a verb. Um, Let me do it this way: do and did. Clear? Come,
yes, ma'am.
came. Go, went. Walk, walked. Have, had. Okay. I mentioned something about has. What is that has doing here? That is another thing you have to concentrate upon. This has is a helping verb which is used only when you are using a singular subject. This is not this is not going to be the main verb. Like have is the main verb, but this is used only while doing a positive singular sentence. Now, what is this positive singular? You may be confused. Now, see, I have a dog. Now, dog. If I want to use a singular subject over here, you may also question I is singular, correct? Now, that is a big question. I is singular. Then why is it having the the verb have? It is not a helping verb now. See, certain verbs in English, they act as helping verbs, they also act as main verbs. Very few of them are there. Now, do is one such word which acts as a main verb, and also as a helping verb, and does is another one which is used for a singular subject. Now, see, I have a dog. Now, she have a dog, I cannot say. And this particular I, which joins with the plural form, usually in every grammar book, when you look at it, they frame a structure over there. I, we, you, they categorize it in this way that it forms a group, and this particular thing, I joins the plural form. Therefore, this I, though it is singular by nature, they usually say it is kingly, regal, kingly. It's like a Maharaja. Okay, royal. So what happens? This particular I joins the plural form we, you, they. Clear? We, you, they. And therefore, please don't confuse I with has. I is special. It joins the plural group. Is it very clear? Do you have any confusion over here?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. What about you, Manohar? Are you okay with it? Please tell me. Is Manohar there? Has he left?
No,
He's
he
there,
is
I
there,
think.
ma'am.
Okay, he must have some connectivity issue. Okay. So she has. So I'm going to remove it this way. It's not going to be have. She has a dog.
Have.
Ha. Now I have changed. Now this particular thing, I have a dog, which is a verb, and this particular verb for the third person is has. Clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now suppose I
Yes,
write Sonu has a daughter. Clear, Sonu?
yes,
Sonu
ma'am.
has a daughter. Sonu have a daughter, I cannot say. And Nandu and Sonu have daughters. Nandu and Sonu have children. Now it is plural, so I'll convert it. See, Nandu and Sonu have children. Clear? So I've converted. The moment it becomes a plural, it changes to have. Very easy now. Now, let's go back to the structure. When I use, can I erase this, please? This
Yes,
particular
ma'am.
portion. Nandu, is there
Yes,
any
ma'am.
confusion?
No, ma'am.
Manohar?
No confusion, madam. It is there,
Uh-huh.
ma'am.
You stopped answering me. I thought you lost your connection.
No.
Are
Yes,
you
yes.
there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am here, madam.
Okay. So what is this verb one I'm talking about? This particular. Now see, when we talk the basic verb, it is called the infinitive, the root verb. From here you get walked. Okay. From here you get another verb, do, did, done. Clear? Come, came, come. Coming, walking, going. Everything comes out from the root word do, walk, come. So you get all the different forms of verb which is used in different tenses. So the root verb, which I call infinitive, I don't call it, it is called infinitive, the base verb. Clear? It's called the infinitive. So this base verb, let's keep it as verb 1. Otherwise, it's a big confusion for us. So let's keep it as verb 1, verb 2, and verb 3. Then it gets easier for us to remember. Now, suppose I say it is do, then did, done, have, had, had. But the little confusion that you have over here, for this, for the third person, you need to have does. Clear? And you need to have has. So this is a special thing which you should remember. Now, how can I remember? You have no other choice. You have to learn it by heart. You have to understand that does and has are special things which you, because you need to use that S part of it for a singular subject. Therefore, they have created this particular thing. You have no choice but to learn it. So, it's going to be a little difficult for us in the beginning to remember this has and have. And even if you learn the has and have, the verb form will again create a confusion for us. So you have to learn that by heart. And also, sometimes you may find is it that difficult to speak, but actually, as you go by, it becomes a practice with you. So don't get scared. Nandu, I think you made a mistake quite a lot with, and even you, Sonu. So be very conscious about it now,
Yes,
especially
ma'am.
the with the past tense. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
past tense and the, so let's keep this as the verb one. This is the infinitive. This is the past. We are not dealing with the past tense now, past participle. So let's remove that. Uh, yeah, this portion we are removing. So we are only dealing with this. So what are the words? Do, did, have, had. Okay. And let's keep another word. Walk, walked. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
But anyway, we are not going to deal with the did, had, walked. So nothing to do with it. Let's remove even that. But now we have to worry about our S, the little s that we have. So whatever verb we have, we need to put an S to that. Walks, does, has, work, works. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Now, let's move. This repetition of the word clear and clear, I'm sure you people will start laughing at me very soon. Okay, so now let's deal with it. I'm going to make a negative sentence. So if I have to make a negative sentence, I need to add something called a not to that. So what is that not? The not is going to be here plus the verb in the first form. So let's make a negative sentence. Um, help me with the sentence, please. Okay. She, a positive sentence first, then we'll deal with the negative. Okay, let me remove this.
I go to office every day.
Pardon me?
Positive sentence. I go to office
Oh,
every day.
very good, very good. I go to office. That's nice. First, let me put the structure. Uh, Subject plus verb in the first form. Clear? Okay.
Yes.
So I go to office on time. That's my sentence. I go to office. So this is my subject. This is my verb. Now I need to make a negative sentence. So let me change the color. So here, what am I going to do? I'm going to add a helping verb. Verb, subject plus helping verb plus not plus verb in the first form. And what is it that I have told you earlier? I, we, you,
We,
they.
you,
Ha. They don't have an S. So it is going to be do, sorry, has, no, have, I'm sorry. And work, walk. Clear? So I'm going to use this. So what is the helping verb? Do not. So what is the short form? Don't. And please, this is not used when you're writing. This is only when you are speaking. This is called a contracted form. The O is removed. The O is removed here. So it becomes don't. I don't. And what is the verb? You use the first form. I don't go to office on time. Clear? I don't go
Yes.
to office on time. So there is a helping verb here, which is going to change the structure by adding have not don't. Helping verb, you're changing the structure. So this is very important to show the negativity of the sentence. Negative means it is not wrong. Because of the not, you call it negative. Now, I want to make a question out of it. So what do I do? The structure now changes. What is the structure? First, you get the helping verb, then your subject, again the verb in the first form. Clear? Again the subject verb agreement. So what is my do?
Do you?
The question. Do. Now, in order to frame a question, you are using do. Do you
You.
go to office on time? Nandu, is it easy? Do you go to office on time? Is Nandu there?
Yes.
Has she left?
Yes, I go to.
She's on.
Oh.
I am
She's.
I am I
Ah,
am here.
okay. Do
She.
you go to office on time? So I don't go to office on time. I go to office on time. When you are, okay, now let's go back to the structure with the third person. So what is it? We have a subject, we have a verb. So verb in the first form. So let's make Nandu
Yes, ma'am.
goes to office on time. On time. So if I want to make it negative, subject plus helping verb plus not. So Nandu doesn't
No,
go.
doesn't
Yes,
go
doesn't go to office
to
on
office
time.
on time.
Nandu, don't you get questioned when you don't go to office on time? Okay. Then next, if I have to make a question, so I use the word doesn't, and again I removed that particular T out of it. So the question is again helping verb plus subject plus verb in the first form. Does Nandu go to office on time? Easy?
Yes.
Ha. But one more thing you need to understand. When you have a WH, so let me, usually people make a mistake by putting the verb before the subject as soon as they use WH. What? When? When you go to office. That is what people say. That is wrong. When When you are using a WH question, please put a helping verb first, depending on the structure.
So
Depending on the tense. So, helping verb plus subject. So, when do
when do
you, sorry,
you
sorry,
go
when do you go to office? When do you go to office? Clear? Again, when you frame a question, it's the first form. When do you go to office? When does Nandu go to office? When does Nandu go
go
to
to office?
office? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Easy to understand?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
So
Yes,
ma'am.
it's a
ma'am.
question. So please work on the first sheet in the book. Not the first sheet, I'm sorry, the second one. I'll deal with the present continuous in the next class. I'll show you the difference between the two. Clear?
Yes.
Fine
Yes,
then.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye bye. Meet
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you
you, ma'am.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Ram.
on
Bye, ma'am. Bye.
Bye.